I'm going to South Carolina. I told everybody I was going to South Carolina, boy. When I told my mom and them that, they said, "Oh no, you ain't."
Which they told you that you wasn't going to be a fullback.
No, they told me I was going to be a fullback, and then after they run that veer though, and I was taking off, that changed.
That changed quick.
Real quick.
Lawrence Taylor was the defensive rookie player of the year, and you were the offensive rookie player of the year.
You done all their homework.
Well, you know, I mean, I did. Hey, so the career wasn't long, but it was very, very effective to, you know, be the Heisman, be drafted first pick overall, and to win a Super Bowl.
Ring. That's all. Hey, what else can you do?
That record that you set, the rookie rushing record, that record was almost in the NFL for over 2 decades.
Well, if you know, if people in front of you blocking, you got to do something. You can't just be sitting back there holding your thumb. And that's what I did. I said, y'all don't worry about me. Y'all do y'all job. I'll do mine.
Hey guys, if you're a golfer or just looking for the perfect Father's Day gift, look no further than Palmetto Golf and Belts. Locally owned out of Chapin by South Carolina grad Brandon Cohn, Palmetto Golf and Belts sells needlepoint belts with Gamecock colors for half the price you would normally find anywhere else. Need more for your golf outing? Palmetto Golf and Belts also has golf tees, towels, golf gloves, all with the beautiful palmetto tree emblem. Find Palmetto Golf and Belts on Amazon or at their direct link, www.palmettogolfing.com. I'm here today with the GOAT, the best running back of all time at the University of South. Matter of fact, let me say South Carolina. Maybe one of the best running backs I've seen to being able to watch film. I'm here with the GOAT, the Heisman, 1980 Heisman, George Rogers. Welcome.
Okay, good to be here, man. Don't be talking so much about me. I can talk some stuff about you too now.
We ain't gonna talk about me. We gonna talk about you.
Hey, you can do your thing too now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, running backs, we together.
You're right.
None of that changed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I can tell you, man, this is such a privilege to be sitting here with you and to have you as my first guest. I mean, no other guest that I would have wanted to have as my first guest than the only Heisman ever at the University of South Carolina, yourself. And we can go ahead and get into it right now. George Rogers, tell us about us.
Well,
tell us about George Rogers as a kid. How did we get here?
Oh, man.
Yeah, come on, tell us.
You don't want to know too much about me when I was a kid. I guarantee you that. But I had a lot of people to make me look good.
Yes, sir.
And if I had to start out with them, my offensive line was a great offensive line. I tell you what, when they make the holes, they make the holes. The holes are real big, and if you can't run through them, you can't run. And I appreciate all the things that my offensive lineman and my tight ends, Willie Scott, and some of those guys did. And well, you know how it is. You're running back. When you see what you got to do, you got to go do it.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I did. Hey, they made it easy for me.
Okay. Growing up, I mean, you skipped over the University of Georgia, and you were born and raised in Duluth, Georgia. Duluth, Georgia, little small Duluth.
I tell you what, man, you wouldn't believe it if I told you. So I ain't gonna. I'll tell you a little bit of it. But I was born in Duluth, Georgia, but we had moved from here to there in Atlanta, East Lake Meadows, and up there by the zoo up there in Atlanta, moved all over Atlanta. And I told my mom I wanted to play football. And I told her I wanted to go live with my aunt in Duluth, Georgia. And once upon a time, she got up and she told me, said, you can go stay down there. And there was four other kids too now. There's 4 other kids. And she let me go stay in Duluth because I wanted to play football so bad. And I went to play for Duluth High School. And I didn't know how tough that was going to be, but coach got me out there and kicked me in my butt a couple of times. and I got the running. I came back.
Well, that kind of just says it enough right there. Being raised in somewhere and to go off into another area just to play a sport. That's kind of a lot what we see in today's sport. A lot of kids going into different areas, different schools, just to get the better opportunities to play sports. Also, just growing up. Not just football. How was things for you? You said you had 4 other siblings.
Oh yeah,
and it was 4 of you.
And it wasn't much to eat either. It wasn't much to eat around there, and I had a lot of difficult things to do in my path, but I always been athletic. You give me put a ball in my hand, I'm all good. But then, all this time I had to learn. I had to school. The teachers would work with me, and I had to get them grades up because you just couldn't come to college and not have no grades. So I had to get my grade average up because when I was in Atlanta, I was just cutting school, wasn't going to school, just having fun. Doing bad things, and I praise God today that the things that He given me because I wasn't prepared. I wasn't, and I went to Duluth and Coach Cecil Morris, boy, he made me. he put that paddle on my butt one time.
Yes, sir.
And that learned me right there that I was supposed to do the right thing, and I did.
Mm-hmm. So I can't remember me and your son Trey.
Yeah,
me and your son Trey. We both love music. And he still be trying to do music today.
You're right, trying.
Yeah, trying. But we had a piano, and I noticed that you remember you telling me that your mom played the piano.
She did.
So what made you choose football over music?
Well, first of all, I can't sing. That's the first thing. I can't sing, and I've never was any good at any instrument, whether they was drums or guitars or stuff like that. I was just good. I was athletic. I was really athletic. I could play football, basketball, jump ball, any kind of thing that worked with a ball.
Yes, sir.
I can do it. Baseball, I did all of it, and I wanted the University of South Carolina to let me play baseball. They wouldn't let me.
Yeah,
they wouldn't let me. You know how this back in the day. Now you young bucks. Back when you played, but they like you playing one sport. You're gonna play football, and that's what I did. I played football.
Good. Yeah, and so when you were being recruited out of high school, many don't know that Tennessee was an option too. It was Tennessee, Georgia, and South Carolina. Like, what made you choose the University of South Carolina, skipping over Georgia and also Tennessee at that time?
South Carolina had 2 running backs leaving at the same time, Calvin Long and Clarence Williams. And they were both great running backs. And I said, I'm going to South Carolina. I told everybody I was going to South Carolina, boy. When I told my mom and them that, they said, oh, no, you ain't. They wanted me to go to Tennessee, but I didn't want to go to Tennessee. I wanted to go to South Carolina because it wasn't as far as Tennessee from Georgia. It was, good ways off South Carolina was, and I had a chance to start my freshman year.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Stay a star. So starting as a freshman, yeah. I think that's why I kind of ended up at South Carolina too. They kind of said, well, you can start as a freshman, but they didn't tell me they was going to change their position and put me at wide receiver, which they told you that you wasn't going to be a fullback.
No, they told me I was going to be a fullback, and then after they run that Veerdo and I was taking off, that changed.
That changed quick.
Real quick.
That changed real quick. Yeah, man. Just so after you chose them, and let's talk about your first year, your freshman year. Your freshman year at Carolina, not so much any really success your freshman year, but then coming into your sophomore year, that's when you hit your first 1,000-yard, your first in 8 games. Let's get that right. In 8 games, not the whole season. In 8 games, you hit your first 1,000-yard year. Let's talk about that sophomore year.
Me and Johnny Wright, everybody know Johnny Wright. He was, him and I came in together. and he was a great running back too. You know, he kind of slipped and hurt his knee his junior year and kind of skipped that year, but he was a great running back. But I had running backs that were real good, but everybody that I played with, I don't care who they were, the offensive line was really good blocking. We better running blocking than we were passing blocking. Mm-hmm. So when they gave me the ball, you better watch out, because if it's opening up, I'm gonna take it to the house. I'm gonna take it to the house. Yeah. I got to do that.
And then you came back. The sophomore year. And pretty much did even more. You had 1781 rushing, and then that final year, the Heisman year, that's when you put up the big yards. So let's talk about that senior year. Now I know Herschel Walker was at the University of Georgia, which you skipped over to the University of Georgia to come to South Carolina, and just let's talk about that. Both of you guys having great years. Like what do you think they saw in George Rogers to select you as the Heisman over Herschel Walker?
Well, probably because we played people like Herschel Walker and them. I mean, Georgia, Alabama, Auburn. We played good teams toward the end of our year. We played some tough teams, and I think Herschel, being a freshman, boy, when he got in the game, the first 3 games they ain't let him play. Them last 8 or whatever. Herschel Walker was the man. I ain't got nothing to say about Herschel Walker. That boy could run. I mean, he had speed. When he was gone, and he was a tough runner too. You ain't gonna just bring him down. You might as well forget that. So he gonna be dragging you. Yeah. He's a heck of a running back, and I just appreciated the things he said to me. He said, you're a good running back too. So I was like, hey, let's do this. Let's get on in this NFL and make this money.
Yes, sir.
That's what I was wanting. I was wanting them paper.
Yeah. But that kind of leads to where we're going. We're talking about the 1981 draft. And, you got Hugh Green sitting there, who also was up for the Heisman. You got Lawrence Taylor sitting there. Just names, like so many names that I could go. Ronnie Lott.
Boy, you said all of them, right? Like Dennis Smith.
It was so many that year, and your name was called first overall. And so take me there. Take me to the Heisman. Take me from the Heisman to the draft.
Boy, when they told me, they said in the first pick, George Rogers. And I'm going to New Orleans. So I'm like, whoa, boy, this is going to be fun. But I remember Earl Campbell. Earl Campbell was a great running back. And I said, I'm going to be just like Earl Campbell. If they don't get me before I get to the hole, it's going to be some good running. And, of course, Earl Campbell and Bon Phillips was just like that right there. So they brought Earl Campbell to New Orleans. And I was like, look like somebody gonna have to go. I ain't want to get up there and run against Earl Campbell. I want to go somewhere. I told him I want to be traded. So I got with the Washington Redskins and went to play for them.
Okay. Yeah, so but don't leave that rookie year. We're not gonna act like the rookie. We're not gonna act like the rookie year didn't exist. Let's rewind. Let's take it back.
Rewind it.
Let's rewind it a little bit.
Hey everybody. Whether you're tired from tailgating or scoring touchdowns, there's nothing more important than a good night's sleep. It's time to upgrade your sleep at May River Mattress Company, the Low Country's mattress experts. At May River Mattress, not only will you find the top national brands, but you'll have an expert to help guide you through the process in finding that perfect night's sleep. Not to mention, with their low price guarantee, you'll sleep well knowing you're getting the best value in the game. So why settle for anything less than a championship level sleep? Visit MayRiverMattress.com or stop by their local Bluffton showroom today. May River Mattress Company, where the Low Country goes to sleep.
Well, so that rookie year, you end up winning the offensive play. So the first draft pick and the second draft pick, both of you, Lawrence Taylor, was the defensive rookie player of the year. Yeah. And you were the offensive rookie player of the year.
You done all their homework.
Well, I did. Hey, being around you so long and just, listening to some of the accolades that you, told me about when I was at the University of South Carolina, and a lot of people don't know, me and your son were roommates. Right. So I knew a lot of these accolades way before today. I'm just excited, like I said, to be here talking about them. And that record that you set, the rookie rushing record, We're gonna talk about it. Like, take me through that year, because that record was almost in the NFL for over 2 decades. I don't even know if it's been broken yet.
Well, if people in front of you blocking, you got to do something. You can't just be sitting back there holding your thumb in your mouth. You better get on the line and go ahead and go with it. And that's what I did. I said, y'all don't worry about me. Y'all do y'all job. I'll do mine. Yeah. And that's that kind of mindset we set when we went out to play people. Everybody do their job. Every man get 2, and every good man get 3. Yeah, and
I mean, for those who have been behind an offensive line, to be able to have an offensive line blocking for you is something, like, it's an advantage.
Yes.
But George has been a little humble today, and we're going to really get to it, because you say offensive line blocking. If you go back and we cut on the tape from either year, that 1980 season or your first year in the NFL, we can see a lot of times that you used to like to say, Syvelle, put the powder out on them, and that's what you used to call it. But you were getting hit at right there at the line of scrimmage, and you would turn that into a 50, 60, 70-yard run, because you were bigger than some of the offensive linemen, and you was also running, faster.
I hope
than
I wasn't. I am now. I am now for sure. But all this wouldn't know me when I was playing football. I used to get out there and run a little bit and try to do my thing. But I just appreciate the people that was in front of me. Yeah. Because if you can't do it in front, you can't get it done. Job can't get done. Job can't get done.
Yes, sir. And then, like you were saying, you got traded to the Washington Redskins.
And that was, I love that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. You went.
Hogs.
So you left New Orleans, and we went to Washington, to the Redskins, and you got a chance to play with the team that was pretty much more established. Starting quarterback, had some wide receivers around you, like you said. The offensive line was major, and they was massive in size.
Oh yeah, they were.
Take us through that year and of exchange, of turning over to Washington, and also you won a Super Bowl ring.
I got one. I got my Super Bowl ring. Of course, these are my wedding rings I got on. My wife like for me to have them on more than that Super Bowl ring. But I feel I got a Super Bowl ring, and I love that. That's the best thing I could have got out of football, because when I was through, I was through. Yeah. When New Orleans got through with me, I couldn't do it no more. Yeah. I mean, they have you where you might want to go out and go out for another team, but 2 years and playing with 2 teams, that's good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, and a lot of times these years, you look around, you see guys having, quitting playing football when they're 40, and 38, and taking a lot of that contact. Okay. I didn't make it to the NFL, but from my college years and playing a little bit of arena ball after, I still feel some of those, of those hits that I took while playing, and I know being 35 and stuff like that. So the career wasn't long, but it was very, very effective to, be the Heisman, be drafted first pick overall, and to win a Super Bowl
ring. That's all. Hey, what else can you do? Look, I can raise this hand up. Yeah. But look, I can't. That's the highest I can take this arm right here. So you pay for it. It ain't like it ain't giving to nobody. So you work hard. I feel like I worked hard for everything I got in football. Mm-hmm. And then everybody that was blocking for me made me look good, and some of them got more injuries than I did. So that's how football is. That's exactly how football is. And
we, like you said, being able to play it at a high level and in the position, the contact position that you played, and also the contact position that I played.
You can get yours.
I took you announced a lot of the games where I took a couple beatings. My offensive, I didn't have the best offensive line.
Right.
But I had a lot of great. We did have a lot of great offensive linemen I played with too that were in front of me. So I'm blessed to have those.
That's what
guys.
you want. That's what you want. Any offensive lineman, I don't care who, as long as they doing their job and you doing yours.
Yeah,
them your friends.
Yeah, best friends. Best friends. So we get done playing football, and it's like, what's next? Like, where do I go? What is after football? We've came from being a young kid.
Yes.
With professional dreams.
Yeah.
And then we get to high school and we stand out. Then we get to college and we stand out. You get to the pros, then you stand out. Well, but like, so take us from, saying I'm done.
Well, the only reason I knew I was done is when I came back to the University of South Carolina to get my degree. I had to get my degree, and my mom said, "You ain't showed me my degree paper that you supposed to get."
Yeah,
because my mama was a piano player. She very, very, very smart lady, and she wanted me to get my degree. And I went back during the off season. I went back and got my degree from the University of South Carolina, and I think that was the happiest I ever been because it wasn't easy, and they didn't give it to me.
Yeah,
I had to go and get it. I had to go and work for it, and that's part of it. Because when you go to college, a lot of people go and they mess up because they don't go up there and get the business taken care of.
Yes, sir.
Because ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. If you go up there and work for it, they'll give it to you, and that's what I did.
Yes, sir. So you say after everything's done, and it's like degree. I did the same thing after I was done, and I said, football, man, I'm over with it. I went back to Carolina, also got my degree, and
that's what you want.
And that's what my mom wanted. She wanted me to get my degree. My brother was the first one to get a degree from Furman University, which that's where we met, because Brandon was there. Your other son,
that's where he went to school.
Yeah, see. So your other, he was there with Cam at Furman. And me and Trey end up going and be roommates at Carolina. And so I went back and got my degree, and that was, like you said, one of the best days that I can remember getting that. That's the ring I got. Coach Spurrier didn't believe in giving bowl rings.
That's right. Them bowl rings, I got some of them, but that ring right there, that's my wife ring right there.
Yeah.
That
Super Bowl ring was something different.
Oh man, that was that. I'll bring it one time. Let you see.
You gotta bring it.
That thing,
believe it or not, I already seen it.
You probably,
I've already seen it.
Yeah.
And so we fast forward, and after everything's done, I mean, the statue that sits outside of the stadium, you can't miss it. Can't miss the statue. It's two athletes that got statues from the University of South Carolina, yourself and Asia Wilson, and to be outside of William Bryce, where you can see it from George Rogers Boulevard. Check us out. Talk about that day, because I know that day also had to be a day you had your jersey was retired, and you got the statue. Take us through that day. I know that day was a very emotional day for you also.
It was emotional, but you know what though? That statue is for all my teammates that I played with. Them guys that was up there in front of me blocking, and those guys that was catching them touchdowns, and me and them going in the end zone together, playing hard every game, and it's for all of us, and not just for me. It's for all that they were my teammates, and that's how you win.
Yeah, and then a lot of people don't understand that in sports. They always talk about Jordan and how he was highlighted, but now we starting to hear a lot about Pippen. We starting to hear a lot. But everyone who has statues, it comes alongside of having teammates. Teammates,
and my teammates made me look good.
They did make you look good.
They did.
They did. And that's what we respect today. as a former Gamecock myself,
Sure.
we talk about George Rogers, we talk about the Sterling Sharps, we talk about, you know, some of those
yeah.
guys from the past. And with you now, you know, you're not the best at golf.
Well, you know, hey, hey, can you play?
No, man, you know.
Well, then I'm finna say nothing. Don't talk about my game if you ain't got damn game.
No, I ain't got no game.
Well,
but I have beat you plenty times in the game of spades. We played many spade games, and I have beat you there.
I got a chance to redeem myself from that now.
Yeah, you
I
can redeem yourself.
Get me a partner. Get my partner. All right, you got me on that one right there.
We cut to George Rogers, the foundation, George Rogers Foundation, and we talking about something that's been in place for over 3 decades.
Oh yeah,
and running,
yeah.
And a lot of people who may not even know about the George Rogers Foundation. You know, it when you first got out of the NFL, one of the biggest things that you did, you made a $100,000 endowment to the university, and shortly right after you put your helmet down.
Yeah,
and every year there's a George Rogers tournament foundation to play golf, and that you guys host. Tell me about it. Like, tell me about that.
The money we got and to go goes for scholarships for kids that ain't got the money, but really, really smart and can help themselves by going to college. Because I thought I wanted to get as much money as we can and get as many students as we could to get in college to get their degree. And we over the time that I've been there, we probably did about 40 scholarships, and all of them graduated.
That's the big part.
That's a big part. Yeah, they all graduated.
Yeah, and
in my 40 years.
If we go to one of the George Rogers, if you go to the George Rogers Foundation website, there's plenty of places that they can also see where they could donate for those who want to donate.
Sure.
And you told us like to go into it goes towards scholarships, all of it. I don't get none of it. That's one of the big things, because you know, a lot of times when players, they have these foundations and they don't have no type of understanding of their own foundations, but you have always been ahead of yours. You've always been a part of it. You've always hosted something that people can actually come back and see,
and that the way they can give back. Yeah, they can give back.
And that's good. And when will there be another tournament this year?
Yeah, finally, because you know COVID and all that had been in the last couple of years. I mean, last couple of years. Now it then kind of got away from it. Everybody seems to want to get back together. So I think this year we're gonna have our first tournament again in a long time. Yeah, it's been 2 years. That's a long time to me. Yeah, but I've been out hitting my golf balls, so I'm gonna be out there helping people with their shots, you know, get on the green, and I can help you a whole lot.
Did you get to go to the Masters over the past couple years?
Yes, I did. I went this past year.
You went?
Yeah, I went.
No invite.
I went down there to watch them play though. Yeah, you know. Plus, I got some people, that got places down there, and they invite me. I go up there and just haul up in there with them.
Yeah. How was that experience? I mean, like, because you've been going to the Masters for years.
Yeah. And every time I go, it gets better and better. And you get to see most of the players that played, especially the one that got cut. Yeah. Couldn't make. I see them at the bar, but you be in there drinking beers and they be telling stories, and I be telling stories. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, hopefully I can get my swing a little bit better. You still owe me a bag of golf clubs that you've been promised me for almost 20 years now.
Oh man, you still remember that? You ain't got no clubs in 20 minutes.
I ain't got no clubs yet, but I think it's time for me to get some clubs.
You come to my house. I got some. I got some.
Yes, sir.
I do. I got so many bags of clubs.
Well, if you play as much as I know that you have played over the years, that's something that you're going to keep. Golf clubs, cards, different things like that. And it's just if you had to say over this whole period of time, like some George Rogers up in a small short paragraph for people to really know, because a lot of people don't get this is rare. A lot of times people don't get a chance to sit with a Heisman. They don't get a chance to sit with a George Rogers. So for the ones that are watching us, just sum it up. Like some George Rogers.
Don't be scared to talk to me. If you see me, don't be scared to say hello. I know how to talk. I mean, if I don't want to talk to you, I won't talk to you. But if you talk to me, I'll talk to you.
Yes, sir.
And that's how you get. That's how I meant. Hey, me and you. Hey. Hey, we talk. Hey, you talk to me, I talk to you.
Yes, sir.
That's how you do it, though. That's how you do it. And don't be scared, because I used to be scared.
Yeah.
To talk to like Walt Chamberlain, Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain. I used to
see those guys and be amazed.
Be looking at them, be amazed, just looking at them. And that's scared to talk to them.
And that's a big thing. A lot of times people, they meet Gamecocks or they meet their favorite professional player, and they're afraid, to say something as if we're not human. And I had an opportunity, like I said, to stay with you for 3 months, and so I got to see you every day. But it's just, if you see, just like he said, if you see him, walk up, speak. Say hello. Don't be afraid. He is the Heisman. He is,
We are the Heisman. My teammates, man. Don't be leaving my teammates out.
I forget I can't leave his teammates out, but they are the Heisman. So make sure, just make sure if you see George, just say hello. Yeah, man. Well, George, I really appreciate you for coming, being my first guest. Man. I know it's not easy to get you to sit down and do a podcast, but I really, really appreciate you.
When they come like you, it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When they come like you, it's easy to do.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Well, that sums it up for our first episode. As I sip my coffee with Syvelle Newton here at 1801 Media, we thank you guys for watching, and be sure to catch our next episode.